Alright, I think I've done stuff on this. Mentioned players I like as alternatives, but it's the Isak story. But this time I'm going to put a bit more of a personal take on it. Apparently I've done loads of personal takes on this already. But I don't think I've gone really into put a breakdown of why I feel we should or shouldn't get him. It's going to be because I am tired and I've had one of the most awful days you can get, so I'm just kind of not physically exhausted, but mentally I've just been battered today. I would say that for better words, so please bear with me. Alright, this one is my personal take on the Isak Liverpool story, okay? And before people come at me in the comments with abuse, you won't be hearing me saying this, we've signed him, it's confirmed, because I won't be saying that, and I can't say that because it's not true. Well, at least it wasn't when I clicked start recording anyway. We all know the speculation, the rumour of the Swedish international striker Alexander Isak, currently at Newcastle, being a target for Liverpool and as well as Arsenal this summer. In fact, he's also had a really good game tonight, I think, against Northern Ireland. Did he not score and get an assist and have a really solid performance? That won't do his transfer value any harm. And talking of the transfer value, that's one thing that worries me, is that fee. I don't agree in paying what is reported to be 150 and maybe even more on a player. I'm starting to think we're getting into silly money there. I really do. And I would much rather we got a player of the similar build, similar ilk, and invested elsewhere. But I also think if other transfers couldn't be jeopardised, wouldn't be jeopardised, I should say, and Isak was doable, then I would say we should go for him. But only if other positions weren't compromised as a result of that signing. Let's start with the fours signing him. Okay? We know about his goal record. I mean, what is it? I mean, for a striker who turns 26 just after the start of the season, he's got 135 goals in 303 games, and in the Premier League he's got 58 and 100. Well, I should say he's got 50 and 77 in the Premier League, but for Premier League club he's got 58 and 100. In league football he's got 111 and 239. '16 and 52 for Sweden. And he's been a sensation this season. He knows where the net is. And to sign a striker that's going to get you upwards of, say, 20 goals, around about the 25 goal bracket, maybe pushing 30, you're going to have to pay money. There's no questioning. You're not going to spend 10 million, well, you could, but the chance of spending 10 million and getting a 25 goal a season striker is slim to non-existent. Not on a consistent basis. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. And I think it's what we need. He'd be an absolutely sensational player for the club. But with that in mind, let's look at the other side, the flip side. And this is probably the side I'm going to lean more towards, because I don't think the outlay to sign Isak is going to not have an impact on strengthening elsewhere. I just can't see it. Gone are the days when you could just spend what you want. Or in the era of PSR and FFP and all that. So, I think we should go for somebody of a similar type build, profile. Doesn't have to be like for like in stats and everything. And I like Hugo Ekika. And then for me it would be Benjamin Chesko, if we couldn't get a kicker. And why do I think that? Well, signing Isak, we see the positives he can bring, the goals. But the negative side is what I would like to touch on here. And it's the reason I wouldn't sign him. I think the fee is going to be a lot. And there's more than just the fee, transfer fee involved. You don't just say, right, I'm going to pay 150 million, there you go, we'll take him. You've got to consider the player's wages. He's on, I think, 120k at Newcastle, and I think there is reports they've tried to get him to increase the length on his deal and give him a better deal, which would up the wages. But we could be looking at close to 200 to 250k a week, I think. Then you've got a signing on fee, the bonuses that would add-ons and all that could take a fee up. So we'll, all intents and purposes, we could be pushing close to like 180 million to sign him. And I don't think that's a wise move in the times of PSR. So we're looking at a striker cheaper. I know Hugo Ekika, in fact I'm sure he has a release clause, but I think he would be available for what I've read, would be available for closer to market value. But even his release clause is cheaper than what it would cost to sign Isak. He's also younger. It's just, much as I do like Isak, I can't justify us signing him for 150 million plus. I can't justify it. I know Newcastle fans will relate to a video say, but you said he's signing? No, reports would say he was signing, wanted to come and stuff like that. I'm saying I don't think it's the right move for the club. on the long term, as well as the financial side. We've also, not only have we got to think about what's doable on the pitch, we've got to think about what's doable financially. There's no point signing a player if the club is going to suffer because of it. We've seen what happens to clubs that fall foul of the PSR, Everton and Nottingham Forest. I would not like to be falling into that bracket as well. So that's my thoughts on that. I would say go with somebody else, unless there's 100% chance you can guarantee that no other positions or the risk of PSR is going to be an issue. We can't have spending all that money on one player and feeling ourselves short elsewhere, especially with today's speculation with Trent, because he has to be replaced and he's not, the replacement won't be free. So there you go. Thank you very much. Just to remind you, I have not said we are signing Isak, okay? Not once. I'm trying to downplay it as much as I can, because to be fair, some of the comments from some really angry Newcastle fans has been utterly ridiculous. Some of the hatred I've had has been horrible. And that's not just on here, that was on X as well. I didn't like it. But I will say once again, I am not saying Liverpool are signing Isak. I'm just saying what I would like, my personal thoughts, and I'm trying to rationalise them and show why I'm not going with Isak as a realistic option. But those that have supported me know where I'm coming from, so thank you very much.